Hi, it's me again. It's late, and I felt like talking. I've been talking about emotions and how the emotions are our way of our bodies talking to us, and how so important it is that we listen, that we feel our emotions, and that we listen to them. Pain is something that we spend so much of our lifetime trying to get away from. Just keep trying and trying and trying. But pain is our way of our bodies, our subconscious, whatever you want to call it, to tell us that something's wrong. Hey there, Sonny. Okay, something's wrong. Something's bad wrong because you're in pain. And what we mostly try to do is we try to get away from it. Glass of wine. It works. We work. We keep running. Anything to get away from that emotion because we don't want to deal with it. And as I said before, we often, we won't allow ourselves to feel the pain in order to find out what the hell is the problem, because it's often not what we think it is. But we have to feel that emotion, we have to feel that pain in order to find out what it is so that we can do something about it. Which brings up the difference between pain and suffering. You can't avoid pain. God, I wished I could tell you that you could. I make $1 million. But you can't. You can't avoid pain. But you can't avoid suffering. And many of us do a lot of that. For the better part of 30 years, I've worked in the intensive care and the emergency room. I've seen a tremendous, tremendous amount of pain. And being a respiratory therapist, so many of my patients were chronic. They weren't going to get better. They weren't. They had a lot of pain. And the other patients that I would see that wasn't a pulmonary disorder, but their cancers and whatever they caused them to need my assistance, my skills. And I learned so much from them. I've seen people in unbelievable, excruciating pain. And some of them didn't suffer. Others did. And what I realized, and even in my own life, is suffering comes from not accepting what is. When you keep trying to battle something that you can't change. And that's what suffering is. I knew this woman. I will never, ever forget her. Lovely, lovely woman. She had metastatic bone cancer. That is some serious, serious pain. And she also had some breathing difficulties. And I would go in there, to give her therapy to help her breathe. And she always was a good spirit. Always. And I knew she was in terrible pain. You can only give so much pain medication. If we give you too much, we'll kill you. No, it's a trade-off. But I liked going to take care of her I like walking in her room. Exceptional woman. And she was very spiritual and very active in her church. She was just special. And one day she and I were talking about life and pain. And I said, I don't know how you can do this. You always, you don't complain. I just don't know how you do this. And she said to me that, well, I knew she did. She had a close relationship with her God. And she said, I've never asked anything from God except to teach me how to dance in the rain. To teach me how to dance in the rain. Think about that. She did not suffer. The day she died, she never suffered. She was in pain, but she knew that couldn't be changed. So she did not choose to fall into that place. Up to the bitter end, she danced in the rain. And she touched my life. Touched my life. And through me, and I'm sure the other people that knew her, she touched so many people's lives. She refused to allow herself to suffer. She would not be a martyr. She refused to be a victim. She just wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. So we have to ask ourselves, when we're suffering, when the pain is so bad, what are we doing? Are we accepting what is? Suffering comes from not accepting what is. I'm not saying that's easy. I'm not saying it. God knows. I fought that a long time. Of not accepting reality. Of keep trying to change things that I don't have the control over to change other people. Don't have it. And you have to ask yourself, if I'm suffering, what am I trying to control that I have no control over? Think about it. It's hard. It's hard to surrender. It is. But sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you have to surrender. And when you surrender and you say, I don't have what it takes, I don't have the tools, I don't have the resources, and I just need to let go of it. You still may have some pain, but that pain will fade away eventually. Because basically, we're here talking about emotional pain. We're not talking about physical pain. And even physical pain, we can do a lot about that. But emotional pain, sometimes I think that's harder to deal with. So you ask yourself, when you're suffering, what am I holding on to? I don't have any control over. Why am I doing this? I'm bringing it on to myself. Am I being a martyr? And what am I looking for? Why can't I let go? Suffering comes from not accepting what is. Sometimes that's the hardest damn thing you'll ever do. But it's the only way to stop the suffering. Let go. And if it's yours, it'll come back to you. You know, you can't lose what's yours. Can't do it. This lifetime or next. Yep. Sometimes you just have to say no. I'm not going to do this anymore. Still has some pain, but you won't suffer. I think I'll drink my wine. Wine always helps a little bit.